Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, how are we doing? It is Ollie here. Today we are going to be discussing the new Mega Pokemon introduced for Pokemon Legends ZA. We have 3 so far, and we're going to go through all of them today, briefly, very briefly, but still in enough detail to give you a rough general idea. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, we're starting off here, as you can see on my screen now, with Mega Dragonite. So, categories is probably the same. I don't know, I don't check this stuff, I'm not like a nerd. Dragon Pokemon, same typing, yeah. And, so as you can see, it's got wings on its head, which, I'm not the greatest fan of it, personally. I would have liked them on its back. A lot of people have said that, and then, it wouldn't be Dragonite, but blah blah whatever. That's their opinion, so fair enough. And it's got the Dragonair-like thing on its tail. I'm pretty sure it'll tell you down here. Dragonair-like features such as the pearl on its tail and the wings on its head, which I feel is okay. So yeah, it can now fly faster and stuff, according to this anyway. Is this the whole page? This is the whole page, okay. So, yeah. So there's just more information on Dragonite. And I'm just gonna, discuss what I think it's gonna be like in terms of battle prowess and, in terms of shiny and things like that. So I think, because of what it says here, it can fly faster, I think, it's going to get a speed boost. And Mega Pokemon get a speed boost of around, not a speed boost, a stat boost of around 100 points. So we could see easily 20-30 points going into speed here. And I definitely think attack as well, because Dragonite can hit for a load of damage should it need to. It's a very strong Pokemon, definitely, because it's the pseudo legendary. It kind of has to be, but I do think it hits massively compared to your say Goodra. No hate to Goodra, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't come across as very strong, but here we are. So yeah, I think we can definitely see a speed boost and an attack boost, definitely, with this Mega. I do wanna hope that it's shiny change as well, with that, but realistically it probably won't. Chances that it pulls a Garchomp and completely goes in the opposite direction are somewhat slim. I would say slim, but you never know. They might say, oh yeah, let's make it blue because Dragonair or whatever. There's really no telling. So yeah, I do think maybe if in the shiny the wings might be a different colour. Who knows? Again, there's no knowing, only time will tell, really. And we've got like a month till it comes out. I got my pre-order in, lucky for me, so I'm going to be able to play this, and I do want to be sharing some gameplay when that does happen. Whether I will be able to or not is a completely different story, but I would like to be sharing gameplay for you guys. And yeah, overall I do think Mega Dragonite could have been better, but I've said this to a couple friends and I'll say it here. I do think Mega Dragonite will grow on me. It's, I first saw it and I was like, what is this? Get it in the bin, get out of my face. And I don't dislike Dragonite. I do quite like Dragonite. It's on my team in Let's Go, and that was just because I got really lucky in finding the Dratini. But I do quite like Dragonite. He's a favourite of mine, and yeah, I do I do think this Mega will grow on me, and same for anyone watching now that isn't necessarily a fan of Mega Dragonite. I do think it will definitely grow on you in the game. It might not, but for me, I think it will. And yeah, I don't know. I just hope it will grow on me, because you know, I really like Dragonite. I don't want to be the one that goes, oh yeah, I really like Absol, but its Mega is terrible. Like, you know, I won't be one of them people that overly hates it for no reason. And I wouldn't say I hate it. It's just not a favourite. And for the record, I like Absol and its Mega. So we are now perfect. We're gonna go to Mega Victory Bell, because that was announced about a week ago, actually. A week or so ago at the time of recording. So, you know, Flycatcher Pokemon, same category and everything. Grass Poison, yada yada. And yeah, it says here nearly overflowing with acid. So basically says that Mega Victory Bell's body is just so full of acid, hence like this, I suppose. And the trailer, if you've seen that, where it's just like, you know, spraying acid everywhere. So it has to lock its own throat, like tie up its own throat. And you know, they are not being I know what the word is. They're going full on the gruesome facts of Mega Evolution, if you know, if that sounds right. I'm sure a lot of people will know what I'm on about, but they are not holding back, basically. Yeah, I do quite like Mega Victory Bell. I saw it at first and I was like, what is this pile of hot garbage? Get it away from me. But you know, I saw the trailer video they put out of him like just bouncing really goofily across the floor, and I was like, you know what, I really like this guy. And I'm sure that was the same for a lot of people. And you know, if you turn him upside down, he's smiling. Like, he just looks so derpy. You know. Yeah, I do think that Mega Victory Bell is very cool. And you know, judging by what it says here, aggressive, so definitely tackle full of force, definitely an attack boost. I do think it will be quite slow, purely because, you know, it's 125 kg. You know, it's a big plant. Like, look at this guy. You can't tell me this thing is gonna come jumping to you at Mach 1. Like, you know, it's not happening. And you know, this part saying melting steel, I didn't talk about it with Mega Dragonite, but maybe it could have, I believe it's corrosion, the ability that allows a steel type to be hit with poison moves. I do think Mega Victory Bell could have that. And as for Mega Dragonite, maybe something like Mold Breaker or something, because it's just got aura. To be fully honest. But yeah, I do think in terms of stats, Victory Bell will have an attack boost, definitely a defense boost, because like big boy, big shield, I guess. So I definitely think we'll see a special attack increase as well, because, you know, like poison moves and special attack. Yeah, I do think maybe a little bit of special defense as well, maybe HP. Well, it's got to be spread amongst all of them, definitely, but I don't see speed being one of them. I see attack or special attack being the highest points for saying, okay, we're going to shove a load of stat points into this. Yeah, I do think as well, moving on to the shiny, that it might go Victory Bell colours, like how shiny Victory Bell is now. I'll put a thing on screen, but I don't see like what they could do for the leaf, I guess the big leaf, because I'm pretty sure on regular Victory Bell shiny its little leaf arms are like golden, but then I don't know if they would do that for the top part, who knows? You know, only time will tell. Do I see myself using this? No, probably not, in all honesty. But you never know. I'm not the type of person to plan my teams in advance. I don't go, I'm going to use Aegislash, I'm going to use Sylveon. Like, you know, I'll make a list of, you know, I've talked about this with friends and stuff. There's Pokemon that I want to use, yes, but will I use them is, you know, a different ballpark. And I personally don't see myself using Victory Bell or Mega Victory Bell. You know, it might be really good and I might be missing out, but I don't see myself using it. It depends on the spawns and stuff in the wild zones, but I don't personally see myself using Mega Victory Bell. You know, it's just not one of them. I don't know, it doesn't scream to me. It's not like, yes, this is going to be a strong Pokemon, you should use it on your team. But yeah, I don't see that personally. Whether that's different for you guys watching now, fair enough. But I don't see myself using it. And last but not least, Mega Halucha. This one was most recently revealed. So, you know, it's basically just become like a massive Libre star. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Something like that. It's become like an entire, yeah, better one. And it said that that Mega Halucha likes to like flex, you know, go, look at me, I'm so strong. Yeah, says that here. And yeah, let its guard down because it's parading its flashy moves. So, you know, he likes to brag. He very much likes to brag. This person seems happy enough with their Mega Halucha. And, you know, it's the same typing and everything. It's still quite short. 1 meter though is quite tall for a Pokemon. You know, like on its own. And according to this, it's going to have an attack and defense boost. So I reckon we could see 20 points in attack and maybe 20 in defense. I reckon it'll get a speed boost as well of maybe like 10-15 points, and they'll spread the rest out. But yeah, I do think that Mega Halucha has a lot of potential. Will I use it? No, probably not. Again, it's just not one of them Pokemon that screams to me. But also, again, if it spawns and I can catch it and stuff, then I will. But yeah, I don't see myself using it. I do think they might change this little head crest crown thingy with the shiny. Moving on to that, I reckon it will have regular Halucha colours, because, you know, it's just a nice shiny. Like, no one hates not Mega, shiny Halucha. It's a very nice shiny, and I do think they might change this black and gold to maybe like a silver. That could be quite nice. Will it go with the shiny? I have no idea. But I do see them doing something like that with it. Yep. You know, I do think Mega Halucha is really cool. It's definitely, would I say, my favourite Mega so far? Maybe. I don't know. I like all of them. You know, Dragonite maybe not my favourite, but I wouldn't say that there's one. I wouldn't say there's one standing above the rest. I wouldn't say, oh yeah, this wins by a long shot and this is here. You know, I wouldn't do that unless there was one that really stood out to me. I think in terms of base Megas, like Megas that we have already, the only ones that really stand out are like Metagross, Mewtwo Y, and, you know, stuff like that, because they're just cool. And one that stands out for not so great reason is Ordino, because it just sucks. I quite like Generation 5. It's not my strongest generation, but, you know, I like it. There's some cool Pokemon. But Ordino, man, come on. What were they thinking? who was like doing some that they shouldn't be doing that day? What were they on, honestly? And did they get fired afterwards? I'm hoping so. But yeah, there's not a standout mega. You know, granted there's only 3, right? But there's there's not going to be one that screams out to me necessarily, and that there isn't, because again there's only 3. In the coming weeks, days even, because we're about a month from release, maybe they will reveal one, like say mega. I've heard rumours of what is it again, Mega Phalanx, for example. We'll take that one. I've heard rumours of Mega Phalanx, and if they were to reveal Mega Phalanx and it was really cool, then fine, it might peak. But at the minute there isn't one for me. I want to know what you guys think of that one. Is there a mega that you overly like? Is there a mega that, out of these 3 that you overly dislike? What do you think else will get a mega? Or what do you think deserves a mega? Let me know in the comments. And that's all of them as well. This page has like Zygarde and the starters on it as well, for anyone wanting to think it's just the Legends EA official website. And yeah, they've got the new megas here for you to check out everything that we've looked at in this video. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know your thoughts on these megas, and like I said, what you think should get a mega, what you think will get a mega, and everything else in between. Are you excited for Legends EA? Are you thinking, oh, this might not turn out so well? Let me know in the comments. I will be replying to comments, so that we can have a quote discussion in the comments about it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. If you've enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, like I've said, what you think. And that's gonna be it from me. Have a great day, everyone. Stay demonic, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.